Welcome to the party. I'm Sam Ekstrom of Locked On Sports Minnesota. It's mock draft season.
Hey, this is Arif Hasan from the Wide Left Substack. I had leftover Domino's lava cake for breakfast because I'm an adult.
So jealous. Luke Inman, at Luke_Spinman. Can Kwesi take a page out of Rick Spielman's playbook and stockpile more picks? We discuss that and more on today's episode.
And I'm Luke Braun of Locked On Vikings. It's time to pretend that we are better at this than real GMs, and hey, we might be right.
Pretend?
Locked On Sports Minnesota podcasts. It's endless Minnesota Vikings talk with the diverse voices of your local experts. It's time for the Minnesota Football Party. It's your guys hanging out talking next level Vikings football. So join in with Arif Hasan, Locked On Vikings Luke Braun, Superior Sports Talks Luke Inman, and Vikings insider Sam Ekstrom, plus the biggest names in Minnesota football for the Minnesota Football Party. And it starts now.
Hello, happy Monday, and welcome in. A brand new week here on Locked On Sports Minnesota begins with the Minnesota Football Party, talking Minnesota Vikings football for the next hour with our panel of experts. We're so glad you've joined us, whether it's on video, Locked On Sports Minnesota YouTube channel, or on audio. Find us wherever you get Locked On Vikings, where Luke Braun also produces great daily Vikings content. We appreciate you making us your first watch or listen today on a show that will dive into Luke. Is Luke Inman messing with the boxes?
I haven't touched anything, man. I'm
this
wondering if you're on. Is Sam on the hot spot again? Are we off the rails already?
Fit. Yeah, this is rough.
What's going on? Legitimately, what's going on? Do I sound
are you?
No, you sound good.
Day?
No, you sound great. You look
this
great.
This is the worst open we've ever had, I think.
You're
don't mess
glowing.
with me.
Jesus.
We break out the mock draft simulator on today's show. Talk about whether the Vikings will go skill player in round one, plus the preferred backup option at this point if it's not Aaron Rodgers. KOC also with some comments in the last hour. We'll dive into that right out of the gate.
Game
plus
time.
The win projection line for the Vikings right at 500. We'll tell you whether to go over or under. But Alec Lewis clearly hunted down Kevin O'Connell down in West Palm Beach at the coaches' meetings. Now, Kevin O'Connell wasn't supposed to talk until tomorrow at 6:45 a.m., so this is kind of a one-off. I'm not going to read the whole bit. As you might expect, Kevin O'Connell was teed up, ready to talk about J.J. McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. I think the biggest takeaway here, without boring you by reading the entire statement, a little bit filibustery from Kevin O'Connell, was that he seems to be speaking a little bit in the past tense. Like, we talked to Aaron Rodgers. We had respect for Aaron Rodgers. And I think that's
we had respect for Aaron Rodgers.
We all had respect for him at some point.
In 2008, great young quarterback.
Yeah.
Anything really pop off the page with this KOC quote? I don't think this flames the fire at all with the Rodgers rumors. I think it does a little bit to douse it without completely putting it out.
I think the past tense interpretation, that's I think reasonable. I know like a lot of the time when we talk about like coaches quotes and stuff like that, we get like real nitpicky talking about conjugations and tense, and sometimes people don't speak like that. I think it's fair. I think the thing that popped out to me though is that this is, I feel like the Vikings are just like never going to get to the point where they're like, yeah, JJ's the starter until we get to like week 3 of training camp or something like that, or even week 3 of the regular season. I don't know.
At least until the room is filled out.
Yeah. But this seemed like pretty close to just being like, yeah, we're riding with them, right? Like the way that was worded in like Kevin O'Connell adjusted terms seemed to just be like, yeah, JJ's the guy.
Yeah, that's what I've gotten from basically everything they've said about it, both O'Connell and Kwesi. Like, They thought about it because you got to think about it. He's a 4-time MVP, whatever. You got to go through. I know he's old. I don't like it, but you have to do the process that leads you to that decision. You can't just like do it because you know through osmosis that he's bad from the 2 Jets games you watch. Like you got to actually do the thing. Okay, they did the thing and then it's over. And I feel like they've actually been pretty forthright about that. Like they have admitted, yeah, we discussed it. JJ is our guy. We're gonna roll with him. And I think that they've been about as direct as they possibly can be with that while the room is not done. Like there's only 2 guys under contract right now. They will be adding someone. And so you can, there's always what we don't know, right? The known unknowns or whatever weird esoteric crap Quasey's going to talk to you about.
What's he quoting Donald Rumsfeld?
Honestly,
I know that would
like
track,
honestly,
actually. That would work here.
Yeah. So like it's always going to be draped in caveats because that's just like how this works. You can't be like Josh Rosen is our guy without becoming a laughingstock. Like it's how it works. But it's like very clear that they're going to go with him unless Lamar Jackson demands a trade. Like you got to leave yourself open to that possibility, but they're going to go with him. Like we're never going to talk about this again come August, which makes it really annoying that it's been the A topic for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
this should be the bolt. Go ahead.
I was just saying, not too much to add. Pretty much the same conversation we've been having. JJ's their guy. They speak glowingly about him, even going back to last offseason. But you're not doing your job as a GM and a head coach if you're not going through all the options. The one wording, I guess, in here that's kind of interesting is that he basically said that Aaron Rodgers reached out to us. So it's like, what were you supposed to do? Just not pick up the phone? Like, just ignore him? Like, it'll go away? Like, eventually, yeah, they had a conversation about it. They went through their options, what that might look like. But end of the day, I agree with you guys. I think this puts this in more of a direction that puts this fire out as opposed to fanning the flames anymore.
That's like the.
Have you ever been a guy's only friend? You got to pick up the phone.
Yeah, right.
You got to pick up.
You can't let that guy hang,
man.
Man, if you're his only, like everybody else hates him. Like, all right, yeah, man.
Your interpretation.
Yeah, I got time.
Makes a lot more sense than mine because this is like a guy who's about to cheat on his girlfriend will say stuff like, "Whoa, she called me!" Like going through that.
She came on to me.
Is this a Ron Johnson euphemism?
Look, I said no. I didn't like block her number, but I said no.
It's not what it looks like.
Yeah,
she started.
We had a relationship from years ago. We were friends.
Yeah, and I just I maintain the value of these friendships. I mean, we're a part of each other's lives. Who am I to say?
We were just talking.
She was free to have some dialogue about her future. So that's the game that's being played right now. I think Inman got the pull quote correct. We happen to be one of those teams he reached out to. I have had a personal relationship with him going back to my playing days. So, yep, my friend, my buddy, who, by the way, who's older? Rodgers is older, right?
I think so.
So,
yes. So Kevin O'Connell's elder.
That's insane.
Kevin O'Connell's in his 30s, right?
Kevin O'Connell's late
39
30s.
Insane, dude.
39 years old, and Rodgers is 41. So at one point in time, Kevin O'Connell is trying to be an NFL quarterback. He looks around the landscape of the league. He's like, okay, Aaron Rodgers is the gold standard that I'm looking up to. I'm not saying that like completely, I mean, he's not as wide-eyed as he used to be, but some of that I respect that he once felt, I'm sure still remains.
Kevin O'Connell was drafted in 2008, right? And that's the year that Rodgers was finally able to.
That's the year Rodgers ascended. Started. He made the playoffs with Green Bay, his first year replacing Favre. Yep, absolutely.
That was it. Screw Brady. That was his model. Yeah.
I do love. Yeah, we happen to be one of the teams he called. It sounds like something you'd say to like distance yourself from like a White House staffer that just got fired in disgrace. Like, oh yeah, he kind of was around. I don't really know what he did. You know, I guess I think we met a couple times in the hallway.
We were cordial,
I don't really know him.
At you know,
what did he do? Oh wow, that's awful. Bit. Yeah, I had no idea. I couldn't even tell you.
I could always something was off about him. I could always tell. Yeah, something.
He stuck to himself.
Something.
Who was he texting all the time?
We'll see if KOC has the same line tomorrow. I assume he'll be available again, and we'll probably be asked the exact same questions. So we'll see what comes of that.
Oh, excellent.
Mike Tomlin spoke. He did not help clear this up at all. Basically, and this is laughable, that the Steelers are just cool, rolling with Mason Rudolph. Yep, we are great with this situation. This sounds peachy. We go from Roethlisberger to Russell Wilson. Nope, Mason Rudolph, our guy. That's our
the
guy.
Evolution, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mason Rudolph is definitely like, Luke, you mentioned like your only friend, or you're the guy's only friend. He calls you looking for a place to like live for like a couple of days when he gets back on his feet.
Just got to crash here.
And like 6 months later, you're like, hey, man, you really got to go to that tent.
Bro, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Here's
like,
the classifieds, dude. Let's go. Let's sit down and look.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man.
Inman, are you hating someone the classifieds to find a job in 2025?
Yeah, I'm hating that they're not using LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs.
LinkedIn Jobs. We got there. We got there.
Minnesota football.
Yeah, but like Mason Rudolph is like kipping out on the Steelers' couch, and it's like too awkward to tell him to leave.
Yeah. Well, like he does a little bit around the house. He takes the trash out.
Right,
like,
yeah, he's not a bad roommate.
No.
But it's getting crowded.
Yeah.
You gotta, at a certain point, you gotta get pushed out the nest.
Come on,
almost
baby
as
bird.
believable that Sage Rosenfels was going to be the Vikings 2009 quarterback. We love Sage.
Oh wow.
You ask Sage, and he's like, I prepared to be the starting quarterback.
He was like very sure he was going to win that job.
Yeah, I love Sage.
Like, this Favre stuff, nonsense. Nah, that's not happening. I got this.
By the way, that season, I did a little digging regarding the 8.5 win total for the Vikings. We'll dive into this, but the last time the Vikings had back-to-back playoff seasons was 2008 and 9. How crazy is that? 15 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Without,
the Zimmer era did go every other.
Yeah,
pretty much every other.
That was like the
wow.
thing.
Kirk Cousins made the playoffs half the time. Crazy.
Weird.
And if
Cousins?
not for
500?
sneaking out in the highly disappointing 2018 season, if not for sneaking by with an 8-7-1 record and missing the playoffs, they would not have had back-to-back winning seasons since 2009. That's the only time they did it.
Saving the record. That's beautiful, man.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
That tie against Green Bay. We break out the mock draft sim when we return on the Minnesota Football Party. Stay with us. We're brought to you by FanDuel. March Madness is down to the last 4 teams. You can still get in the action like never before. If you're a new customer, get $200 in bonus bets with your first $5 bet winning. Again, bet 5, win the 5, and get $200 in extra bucks to put on the buzzer beaters and the champions. They'll be cutting down the nets next Monday. All the 1 seeds made it. So all my preaching about taking the underdogs fell a little flat. Now you just got the ones to roll with. Should be 2 really good games, though, this weekend. And you can get in the action at FanDuel.com. You've got live betting options, same game parlay options. You can still bet on the champ in college basketball. Get in the action, bet 5, get 200 at FanDuel. Make every moment more. Minnesota Football Party will be back on Wednesday with our Care 11 crew and Thursday with this group plus Ron Johnson. The Ron Johnson Show will air tomorrow. That is on Tuesdays. That's our lineup here at Locked On Sports Minnesota. Let's dive into the mock draft sim. Today's exercise is maximizing value. Trying to go from 4 picks to whatever you can. Bill Barnwell had a suggestion, by the way. He suggested a trade back with the Giants for a 2, 3, and 4. Something to consider as we get into our mock draft. Let's share the screen so you can follow along. I don't want to invite.
So what are the Giants? This is always the first question we have. What are the Giants trading up for? I assume that means
Jackson
they didn't
Dart.
take Shador at 3,
Jackson
and now they're
Dart.
trying to trade up for a guy like Jackson Dart.
Yeah, Jackson Dart.
Sure. Everyone
They've done
loves
stupider
Jackson
things.
Dart. Yeah.
I'm giving it to them. Take the picks.
Let's take that down and let's zoom this in. Tell me when it's still visible. Good?
That's probably
we're good. We should stop here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Let's let it rip. Starting the mock draft.
Oh, no trades up.
This is a value exercise.
All right, click on the trade tab.
But what if we really wanted to jump the Packers for Mike Green? What about that value? I'm just kidding.
Let's tell folks
if the
who's on the
Packers
board.
took Jade Barron, maybe I would.
So
I would
we got
sneak up.
we got Luther Burden,
Kenneth
James-
Grant gone.
Kenneth Grant's gone. Malachi Stark's gone.
Will Johnson lasted to 17.
Where's Booker? So Grant and Booker are always like where I start. Booker gone.
Booker might
Jade
still be up
Barron
there.
is gone.
Okay, Barron's gone. Okay.
Mason Graham. All right. Shedeur, Hunter. All right. Cool. So Booker is still available.
So the Giants drafted Shedeur, right? So they're not going to trade up for Jackson Dart.
Right. How about who'd the Bears
know
take?
that.
Did the Bears take a tackle?
Bears took
they took-
linebacker Jahad
Okay, so
Campbell.
maybe the Bears need to trade. Bears have 2 early seconds. Maybe the Bears need to trade up.
Sure.
Oh
we're not
yes,
opposed to
let's do
trading in the
another
division.
in-division trade down.
Let's
go.
go.
I love it.
We're due. We're all due.
Wait,
Yeah,
Sam,
let's
I
see
thought
who
you
wants
said
it.
we were gonna. Sam, I thought you said we were gonna see who's left on the board before we traded.
Okay,
Luther
Luther
Burden.
James Pierce, Josh
James
Simmons. There's a
Pierce.
good tackle. And Kelvin Banks.
Hampton,
Yeah.
Kelvin
Ooh,
Banks.
right.
maybe somebody wants to
Hampton.
trade up for.
Yeah, well,
Lamar
there's a lot of
Hampton.
tackles, unfortunately, so I don't know if anybody's going
Yeah.
to want to trade up for them.
Yeah,
But,
In a
like,
real-
if you want a
in
D
real
tackle,
draft,
it's like Derek
but-
Harmon or Tiers,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
who else
Yeah.
is around?
Or
Yeah,
Hampton.
Darius
Does any-
Alexander is not a
does
first
anybody
rounder,
need
I
a-
don't think.
Does anybody
That's
want?
cool. Okay,
Hampton?
let's take a look at the trade offers.
Where is Booker though? I don't think he was picked, but I don't see him on the board either. Is he actually
Sometimes
much
there
lower?
he is.
48.
There he is. Oh, they
48.
just have him way low.
Yeah, they just don't like him.
Oh, sweet. Let's trade down to like 45 and take him.
I'm in. Ooh, Nick.
I love it when the sim lets you do
Warren.
that because they're like really wrong about a player.
All right, so trading with the
So
Rams.
what's the offer?
What are we getting?
You wanted the Bears? Try the Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to
let's
see
the
all
Rams, the
Let's
Bears.
see all the offers, Sam.
You kind of have to construct it.
Oh, okay. So we get offers, and then we have to.
It just
figure out
tells
what
you
that
like
offer
what
is?
teams will be willing to trade the pick because
Okay, sure.
there are
let's
teams
find out
that
Can we
like
get
just took a QB that
39?
aren't. Yeah,
39 and 41.
The 5 teams interested were allegedly the Rams, Browns, Jets, Falcons, and Cardinals. We're gonna try to usurp that and go with the Bears.
Okay, so
let's-
trading down
let's see
from
what we can get
24 to
from them.
39. Okay, they have pick 39.
Can we get
41,
a first rounder
72.
next year?
No, that's boring. Let's get 41.
You got
41 and 39.
Yeah,
Yep.
They
okay,
are
not interested.
Not
Okay,
not going to
interested.
be interested. Let's throw in our San Francisco 6.
Not even close. it
That's not
sounds
going to
like.
do it.
Looks like
That
they're
would
not
be
even-
We
very
probably have to
funny.
throw in 97, which would be a pretty good trade. Yeah.
Not
Oh
even
no,
close.
nope,
All right.
that's too much.
All right, just
right,
scratch
not the
the
Bears.
41 and get 72 and 148. What the heck?
They
Still
don't want
not
this.
Still not
They
interested.
don't want this.
Did
Let's
they make
take a
this
look
like
at the
way
teams
harder to
that were
trade from
actually
last year?
interested.
Yeah, maybe go back to the Rams and just slide down 2 spots and steal a day 3.
Yeah, because you said there are 5 teams that are interested, right? So yeah,
That
Yep,
that
the
is
Rams are
also
one of them.
like maybe a better way to do it is like 3rd round Alexander Madison style, like a whole bunch of little trades, and suddenly
I
you
think that's
picked
what
up
we
like
have
6
to do, right?
day
so
3
we'll,
pick. Like
we'll trade down
yeah.
2 spots with the Rams, pick up like a 3rd along the way.
Yeah, see if you can get that
Right.
101.
We'll see. Well, first let's see if we
you can get the
let's
90,
screw
I
around
guess.
for a little bit. Let's see if we can get the 90.
All right.
Hey.
push that. And add that 190.
47%. Let's try it.
Try it.
Try it.
Roll the dice.
Let's
Let's
trade.
go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, who'd the Rams want? Who did the Rams trade up 2 spots for and give up a 3rd and a 6th?
Let's see what they
Let's
what they
find
did.
out.
Colston
Colston
Loveland.
Loveland.
All right.
Oh, there goes
Tight
Tyler
end.
Booker.
Oh,
Booker.
Tyler Booker.
All
Tyler
right,
Booker.
darn.
Oh my God.
We were
49th.
misled.
45th ranked player.
Oh, no.
The
All right.
Texans are smarter than the draft whatever draft
Listen.
board you have loaded here.
All right, let's take a
All
look
right,
at the
let's
trade
do it again.
offers
Well, now
Yeah.
yeah, let's keep going now. Committed to the bit now.
Cleveland Browns 33. That sounds
they're gonna
great.
Trade up for Jackson
Yeah.
Dart.
Let's see if we can get
perhaps?
67. Ooh,
34%.
34% chance.
Throw in
throw
the
139.
6th we just got, the low 6th we just got,
Yeah,
190.
yeah.
Okay.
and then it'll
that
be.
Try it.
Oh, that barely did anything. Never
44%.
mind.
Oh,
didn't
try
really
it.
move the needle.
Try 139.
You can just offer the
Give them their
trade and
pick.
see if it
How about
it
one?
works.
No, let's get 187.
187, 45%. Yeah, roll the dice.
We're offering a 1 and a 6 for a 2 and an early 3.
Yes, they did it.
Now we just dropped down 9 spots here from 26.
Yeah, we didn't even drop down that much. And we just picked up like 5 picks.
We have picks. Wow, we've picked.
Okay, now who's on the board?
90,
Now let's look.
All right, so we
I
went
love
to
how
sleep.
broken this sim is. You
We
could
went
go.
to
You could
sleep
do
on
this forever
Thursday
and get
night.
100 picks.
We woke up Friday morning. We've got renewed energy. We've got the whole
Lot of
world in
people
front of
calling.
us.
The next
Oh
day.
my God.
A lot of people calling.
How angry will the blogosphere be if this occurs? and we just traded
Good trade
past
back.
Nick Emenwari, Derek Harmon, Tyler
Yeah.
Booker.
This is a disaster for draft Twitter, I think.
Oh my
let's see
God!
the
People
best
are getting
available.
ready to run Kwesi out with pitchforks and torches.
Here's
All right,
what we have left. This is what we have. We've got 1,
and then we take the
2,
North Dakota State tackle to make a
2
referee
threes.
mad.
No, we got to trade out so
6.
that this doesn't happen.
He might be the best guy on the board here.
All right, let's see the best available here, Sam.
We got
Amari
American
and
Hampton.
Sable, Darius Alexander.
Alexander, Demetrius Knight, Josh Connerly, Eric Iomanor.
Alec Iomanor,
TJ Sam.
Thank you.
Tyleek Williams, Jack Bash. I don't love this group.
I'm not
for
loving it.
Vikings needs. Yeah.
I'm not loving any.
I really don't like anything here.
Can you just real quick just go to corners if we trade down one more time? Just is that Florida State corner there? The Kentucky guys there.
Maxwell
Trey-
Hairston, the fast dude.
he's there.
Amos, Hairston,
Revel.
Ravel, Darian Porter. I like a lot of these corners, and
I like a lot of
they'll
these.
be
There's
there
my guy,
later,
Benjamin
right?
Morrison.
So-
What happened to Benjamin Morrison? 66
He's coming off that
ranked?
hip. I don't think
Yeah,
he
people just
tested either.
learning that he's hurt. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I kind of like
trade down a
day
little
2
bit.
for a corner.
Yeah.
So we are trading back again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trade back, but not a ton, I think.
50 is a ton. I don't want to trade back all the way back.
Well,
to
what can we
50.
get? Maybe we can get a future.
Give me a future first to go all the way.
What's the other team that's interested?
Other team. It's even worse. The Commanders at 61.
Oh,
Yeah, we might just have to do it.
We're doing Seattle.
I guess.
No, just pick. I think that's both too much to go down.
I think waiting till number 50 is
Well, you love somebody here? Who do you love?
shoddy.
Yeah, I don't love anyone here.
I don't love anybody, but I think I like people more than going down to 50. I like picking here. I like
So
Tyleek.
Because
Who are you picking?
Okay.
I don't know, because at 50,
I like
there's a
having another
couple of-
Notre Dame safety, Xavier Watts.
At 50, I think there's like a couple of corners that'll be there, right?
Yeah.
Cam Scatabo. Who wants the next Toby
No.
Gerhart?
Oh
Absolutely
man,
not.
he's way higher than he was last time we did this.
Yeah. I think we should trade down to 50.
Yeah, I'm not. You got to be in love with somebody. I mean,
Res-
Zabel is just
Restrepo?
the default.
I'm not a huge Restrepo guy.
Yeah, I hate him.
Yeah, let's trade down to 50. I don't like any of these guys at the top. I don't want to.
All right, let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
Can you imagine
Kwesi's gonna be
a
hated
whole
anyway.
night
Why not-
of
why
blogs
not
and
maximize
podcasts
it?
and think pieces about how Kwesi overdid it with trading down? First thing in the morning, we're going down to 50.
That's hilarious.
Ooh, 82 and 92?
I think
Yeah.
you probably can get
137.
Let's get 137.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anything else?
Oh, wow.
Future, wait, a future 4?
yeah, throw a future in there.
Still a
Yeah.
good chance. Here we go. Future
This is-
4,
This is a crazy good trade.
5th,
Now we're cooking.
3rd.
Yeah.
Offer accepted.
Accepted. Let's go.
Thank you, Seattle.
Let's go take
We
the.
haven't
Now
had-
let's go
traded
take the best
From
available
24
corner.
all the way down to 50.
I love it. I'm
I
so
love it.
happy right now.
All right,
We've
I
now.
would-
I got to recap it for the listeners.
This would
We've
kill
got
my father.
a couple-
He's dead on the floor.
Rip Luke Braun's dad.
Yeah.
We've got 4.
At least he won the bracket
Demetrius
contest on his way
Knight is
out.
still there.
4
Wow.
threes, a 2.
That's appropriate. I can't stand that guy.
A
Okay.
5, future 4th. We're adding picks. We're getting bodies in the building.
All right. Now let's make these
Siobhan
picks.
Ravel. Look at that.
Let's make these picks.
We just lost Hairston.
Oh yeah, Ravel. Yeah, do it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Ross
pick Ravel.
Thomas.
Pick Ravel.
Oh no,
It
I'm
was.
sorry. I misspoke on Demetrius Knight. I don't mind him. It's the other linebacker I hate.
Okay.
Zabel
Yeah,
goes
South
to
Carolina.
the Bears, so that's going to
Great,
haunt us
perfect.
forever.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's actually.
fantastic.
And Caleb Johnson to the Bears. Oh my God, all the haters. Sweet.
Excellent.
They blew it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. Let's lock in Siobhan Ravel.
Yeah,
Siobhan Ravel, cornerback,
slam it, baby.
East Carolina.
Yeah, he's your like small school warrior this year, but he
Yeah,
rules.
he's good.
Who was the last East Carolina Viking? I don't know the answer.
Did Philip Nelson ever show up on the roster?
I don't think so.
I'm looking up East Carolina NFL players.
Shamar Turner's available? Look at that.
This is
You know
now
the answer, Sam. It's a
East
big one.
East Carolina, a big one, you say?
In more ways than one.
Linval?
Big Linval.
Wow.
Linval.
Wow, good one.
That's really good. I would not have known. I would not have remembered that. Crazy. Number 67. We're in the third round now. Early third.
Like Shamar Turner.
Yeah.
Ooh, Shamar Turner here is insane.
I'm good with Turner.
Let's
Punch
do
it.
Yeah.
Shamar
Let's get
Turner.
out of
Benjamin
here.
Morrison's gone, by the
Sprinting.
way. Went to the Eagles.
That's fine. We got a corner.
It's all right. We got a yeah.
We'll get another corner too. So
I like CJ West. I like Alfred Collins is fine. But
Yeah, the
West
D line
is
here is
good.
okay.
I
Value here is
think-
okay, but
I like Chris Paul.
nothing
Marcus,
revs the
wait,
engine.
hold on. Marcus Embo's here?
Can you play guard?
he might be there at 82.
I'm still on Shamar Turner.
All right, let's get Turner.
Shamar Turner. Tell us one thing about him.
He's the other Shamar on Texas A&M. No,
That
I
whole
think
Texas
this is
A&M
also-
line, I think they
He's good.
coach them in such a way that
Yeah, I think
makes
the
them very
coaching
NFL
is-
ready.
Yeah,
Pick
the coaching
67.
is fantastic.
Take him.
They don't produce a lot, but I think that they end up being like pretty good, like just in terms of what they have the capacity to do. I mean, they're like he's like bursty, strong. He's got great anchor.
Do they call him the big fundamental?
No,
Okay. Just
They
checking.
will.
Sometimes the guy on the other side of like the guy, there's a lot of like dirty work stuff that they do that it shows like a versatility that you will really like.
Ooh, Jordan Phillips. Okay, keep
Jordan
going.
Phillips.
Keep
Well,
going.
we just got
Trey
Shamar
Harris,
Turner. We're-
perhaps. Ooh,
Yeah,
Jared
I'm-
Wilson.
I'm-
He's maybe the best. It's a weak
Jared
center
Wilson
class,
is-
but
I'll take
he's
anyone
center.
off that Georgia line.
Trey Harris.
I saw what they did to
number
Walter
one.
Nolan.
Yeah.
Number one guy for Ole Miss, right?
Yep.
yeah, Jared
I like
Wilson
Jared
is
Wilson.
I think more intriguing to me
Yep.
Yeah,
than Trey Harris.
get him to learn behind
Jalen
Ryan Kelly.
Ball.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
DJ Giddens a lot. DJ Giddens is like my running back crush.
We do pick at 90. This is 82. We
I'll
have
tell you
90.
what. If you want a center,
Yeah,
now's the time to take.
I
this
would-
guy.
yeah,
Right there.
that's
would
where
take
I'm
Jared
at
Wilson
too.
Because
here,
after
I think-
this,
I think
after
there's
Wilson
more
goes,
value
it's pretty
at
weak.
receiver and running back later on than there is
Right.
along the offensive line.
Yep.
All right. Jared Wilson sounds like the consensus at number 82. We
Watch him
missed
do
out
stuff to
on
Walter Nolan. You'll love it.
Trey Harris, Jalen Noel, Jonah something, Terrence Ferguson, Jalen Royals, Vernon Broughton, which leaves DJ Giddens.
Yes, my guy.
Yeah, okay, I'm
Hashtag
comfortable
my
with
guy.
DJ Giddens. Who else is available? Wyatt Milam I like.
Another Georgia lineman wouldn't be mad.
Ratledge,
Chemistry.
Savion Williams,
Savion. There's my boy. Savion Williams. Okay.
Lathan Ransom.
Devin Neal.
That's a
like
great
Kuba.
name.
Grant. Yeah. Go get
Let's
go get
go
Luke's guy.
with
GGYG.
Giddens.
Punch him.
Yeah.
Punch it.
Punch my guy.
DJ
Let's
Giddens from the alma mater of Darren Sproles.
They
There you
like
go.
Terrence Newman, right? Isn't he? a
Terrence
K-State guy?
Newman.
Yeah, Kansas State. Ben Lieber.
Ben Lieber. Josh Freeman, right?
DJ
Josh
Giddens is
Freeman.
what people
Josh
think Caleb
Freeman.
Johnson is.
We are,
Pick
again,
97.
on the clock, round 3,
4 picks
adding
left.
talent
The
right
first
and
draft
left.
we entered this draft, the first pick we
Let-
entered this draft with, I feel compelled to trade it away.
Let's
Is,
remind people what we have in the cart. We've got Siobhan Ravel,
In the
Shamar
cart.
Turner, Jared Wilson, DJ Giddens. So a running
We
back,
are
center,
chock full
D-line,
of day two guys. This is crazy.
Yeah.
corner.
I love it.
This rules.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I don't miss like Derek Harmon at all.
Yeah. Okay, so we got
All
some
right, is
offensive
Savion
linemen,
there?
which I don't mind.
Did
yeah,
Savion
let's
go?
scroll down a little bit.
I would love another corner. I don't know
he
what's
went.
around, but
He went.
Harold Fannon's here. That's interesting.
tight end, Johnny Munt
Like I-
replacement.
Johnny Munt replacement, true.
Let's see. Isaiah Bond
Oh,
is
man.
here.
We're getting to some players that I just absolutely do not think will make it in the NFL.
Aeneas
Can you just go to
Peebles.
corner?
Sounds like a really fun name.
Yeah,
to
what's that
corner?
corner? Well,
Yeah.
Probably any corner we like will be available at 137 and or 139.
We don't have a pick for 40 picks after this.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
I think if we want Kobe, we get him now.
I like Noel a lot.
We got Noel Williams.
That was a prospect of the day.
Elijah Huzzy.
Quincy Riley, I like.
Quincy Riley.
We can wait. We can wait. Let's wait and try to get Riley.
Okay, we can wait.
Let's try to get Riley.
And we got the Rutgers guy,
Noel.
Longerbeam. Yeah, I like these guys. So we'll wait.
So what else do you want? Maybe just go BPA
if we
again?
grab Quincy Riley in the 130s,
I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
So is there anybody here who
Yeah.
we're comfortable can cross train at guard or any safeties that we like? I think that's kind of where I would be most interested in. I know a lot of these guys are listed at tackle, but if any of these guys can cross train at guard.
Go to
Or
the
what do we
just
think
real
of
quick
Makuba?
the safety list.
There's Cameron Williams for you. Safeties.
Just real quick.
Andrew Makuba, Sebastian Castro, Jonas Sanker, Billy Bowman Jr.
Okay.
Billy Bowman is not. He's like for sure available at 137.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Upton Stout. That's another good name.
Let's go to the chat. Who's the chat one?
You guys are all over the
Riley.
chat. I'm locked in on the
Kobe.
The chat has a bunch
Chat
of
likes
different-
Kobe.
Quincy Riley.
Kobe will be probably available a little bit later.
Yep.
No, he's like 119th. I think he'll go in the 40
okay,
picks.
yeah, that would be tough then.
All right,
But
hey,
we just liked too
we
many
need
of the corners.
We need corners.
Yeah.
We can go get 3 of them.
I think
Let's go. We did trade down a million times.
Yeah,
They're
we
not
could
all
get
going to
3
pan
corners.
out.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
Yeah.
Blackwing gets hurt. Who knows? One of them's got to pan.
Slam Kobe, then Quincy Riley. 40 picks later. Let's go.
just have a roster full of people who will fight you and then sometimes play corner.
Yes, that is ideal for corner.
Yeah, let's get Kobe and then whoever's going to be available, maybe Quincy Riley.
I was
and
going to
like
say
137.
Noel
Maybe we
Williams
start thinking
from
about a
Cal
receiver
can play
if there's
safety
some
as well.
Tutu Atwell type around.
Yeah,
One
if
of
there's
those
a
corners.
receiver that pops out, which hasn't happened yet, but like at either 137, 139, we might see a receiver that we like.
Oh wait, Jamari Caldwell. I love that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him, so.
Yeah, well, he another one of like the guy next to the guy because Derek
Right,
Harmon's
yeah,
really
Derek
doing a lot of
Harmon's,
that
yeah.
stuff. But Jamari Caldwell can absolutely play. One of those big giant nose tackle types.
We
Would
just
kind of
got
be
a
your.
giant nose tackle type, man.
Who did we just get as a giant nose tackle type?
Shamar Turner.
Oh, I thought he was on the outside. Thought he was listed as an edge.
You think of Shamar Stewart,
He's-
maybe?
No, maybe you're thinking of Stewart. Shamar Turner is a DI. He is
That
really
clock
small
is
for a
running
giant
out. The
guy.
pick's got to get in.
No.
Okay.
The Dolphins are going to sneak ahead. What's Mike Tice thinking?
All right, take Kobe. It's fine.
Chris
take
Berman's freaking out. Kobe Bryant. 40 picks go by. Oh, agonizing. So we
Agonizing.
lost.
Riley Leonard right in our face.
Ooh, I like Torrey Horton a little bit.
Hey, we need a
that
backup
way.
QB.
Yeah,
Let's check it out. What do we got?
Oh,
lost
JJ
Pegues.
Pegues.
We lost McGee's.
No.
Restart it. Restart it.
Noah Williams.
No Williams.
I like Noel.
Oh, we
Aeneas
lost we lost the
Peebles.
CrossFit guy too, Hassanine.
Tez
What are you
Johnson.
going to do? All right, let's
Actually,
check out the
that
top
board did
10
not fall
available.
too
Deion
poorly
Walker.
for us. Yeah, let's take a look at the top 10 available.
Okay, we're at 137. We also have 139, and Riley Leonard is available. Dylan Gabriel, Jack Kaiser.
Jack Kaiser.
A lot
He's
of Notre Dame
kinda
boys
good.
here.
I'm into Brashard Smith.
Already took
I
a
like
running back.
Brashard Smith,
Do we need-
and he was a top 30 visit guy.
Do we need
We
4
just took a
running
running back.
backs?
We don't need another running back.
Between yours?
yours.
I think
Wow.
we can wait on quarterback. This is crazy.
My God.
Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, we just took a running back.
No interest.
Yeah, that's
going.
too bad.
Keep
He
going.
stinks.
Just look for a
Eurosec, I
name
kind of
here.
like.
Oof,
Billy Bowman
this
is
is-
there. We're talking about him.
Billy Bowman's still there. Yeah, you liked him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take,
Take that.
Billy Bowman.
Ooh, Quincy
And
Riley.
There's
we'll-
Quincy.
we'll grab
Take Quincy
Quincy
Riley in a couple
Okay.
picks.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll grab Quincy
Hope-
Riley in 2 picks.
Hope
Okay.
San Fran doesn't snipe us.
Yep.
Well,
I
if
like
that
it.
happens, we'll grab Kyle Williams, who is now everyone's favorite receiver, right? So
And who do we want here?
Billy.
Billy Bowman.
Billy Bowman
Billy Bean.
Jr., safety, Oklahoma.
Loves missing tackles. Great, let's grab him.
Yep.
23%.
He'll develop.
rate.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll teach him.
All right, Billy Bowman. The second. Riley Leonard.
Riley Leonard to the 49ers.
It said Riley. I thought
He's
it was Quincy
doomed.
Riley.
Riley
He's
Leonard to the
not
49ers is going to start in a Super Bowl in 3 years. Cool.
All
Take
right,
Quincy.
Grab Quincy.
And then we got one pick left, 190, which obviously we got to trade back.
Yeah, obviously.
Did I
Yeah, you
miss
got to
it?
Madden it and trade for like 2 6 next year.
Yep. And then
then,
next year you
Louisville,
turn those
cornerback.
2 6 into
Turn a
2
paperclip into a
fifths.
house.
Maybe that Kyle Williams guy will be there. Probably not.
51
Danny
picks just
Stutzman.
went by.
Okay.
Danny Stutzman's like good.
All right, just looking
Curtis
for names
Rourke.
here.
Genuinely, if there's any semi-serious quarterback, I think that's a decent idea. But I don't know these guys
Rosemer,
yet.
there you go.
Rosemer.
Brosmer. Can he compete with Brett Rippon for the backup job is the question, and I don't know.
Probably not.
Okay.
Jalen Conyers I kind of like.
Jordan James is my running back crush, but
Yeah,
I know
you
we
like
already
Jordan
put Giddens.
James.
Yep.
Zeke
There is
Biggers.
there is so
Zeke
many
Biggers,
running
let's
backs
go!
in this class. This is insane.
Ollie
A
Gordon.
lot of people
CJ
like
Ham
Ollie
replacement?
Gordon.
He
CJ
was a
Ham replacement?
stud like 3 years ago, and then he's
Yeah, he got big and slow.
yeah.
Oh, DK. There's your wide receiver.
Maybe just go to wide receivers and tight ends. Let's just check out these.
Oh man, I wanted Zeke Biggers.
I think you can click
Dante
both positions at
Thornton.
once.
Can you?
I think so.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keandre Lambert.
I know there's interest in DK.
Yeah,
the
Caden
building.
Prather I kind of like.
I think there was a visit or something.
Ricky White I kind of like.
Ricky White intrigues me just a little. Ooh,
Efton
shade.
Chisholm.
Jimmy Horn.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Have like
Let's
a
go get Jimmy
small-
Horn. The guy next to the guy. Jimmy
The
Horn.
guy next to the guy.
Come on, man.
It's the whole draft of that. Wow,
Brett-
Dylan Fairchild lasted
Hey,
all the way
Brett
to
Coleman
189.
just made a
Ronald
30-minute
Jackson's
video.
good,
His favorite underrated people. It was only four or five guys on there. Jimmy Horn was one of them.
His
And if
teammates
you
Will
watch any
Shepard
Colorado, so
and LeJonte
LeJonte-
Wester also there too.
I do like
Jimmy
that.
Horn.
I mean, I
next-
like,
going once, going twice.
sure.
Sure.
Sold. All right, let's look at let's look at this.
PHT
haul.
really wanted Ricky White.
Ricky
Blocks
White
kicks,
blocks kicks, special teams
teams
guy.
guy.
Oh, wow, that's a
Crazy.
compelling argument.
Hey, we
PhD.
can get him in UDFA. Let's see if he went. Maybe we can go.
Hey,
get
Quasi
Sam, we earned
Perns.
2 awards.
Your results.
Okay. How many trade backs did we do? 1, 2, 3.
Enough.
Three
trade
trades.
backs. Okay.
3 trades, 4 picks
yeah,
becomes 9. Nope, 8 with a pick in the future. So we double our picks. We get
Look at these A's. Look at that.
3
Don't mind that
cornerbacks.
F. at the end.
That's why we play the game. To
We
get
drafted a
PFF.
running back and got an A- for it from PFF. We're
Yeah,
cooking.
it's only Jimmy Horn that they didn't like, which is who cares? It's like a 6-round pick.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Everything
the
C++
steal of
better.
the draft,
This is
too.
great.
So, all right,
Right.
name
Steal
them
of
off.
the
Rip
draft.
them off, Sam.
Here's the class: Siobhan Ravel, East Carolina corner; Shamar Turner, interior D line; Texas A&M center; Jared Wilson, Georgia; running back DJ Giddens, Kansas State; Kobe Bryant, cornerback, Kansas; safety Billy Bowman Jr., Oklahoma; cornerback Quincy Riley, Louisville; wide receiver Jimmy Horn Jr. that PFF thinks should not
Go
even be
go
playing the
undrafted.
sport. Apparently,
So the number one takeaway, I love our young cornerback room moving forward after this. And then I love low-key that we got Jared Wilson to sit behind Ryan Kelly for a year
I
or
like
two.
that.
And
I think
if
that's
he
like a
gets hurt,
big draft need. I think we
Yeah.
I think we will come out of the draft with a center.
those are
It just
two,
feels like that's
two of
what
my
they're
bigger
planning.
takeaways. And then you go trenches, obviously, with Turner, like that, and Wilson, obviously. But and then you get you take advantage of the deep running back class. We got DJ Giddens, and I guess outside of that, I still don't know a lot about Billy Bowman. I'll have to
Yeah,
look
me
into
either.
him, but just to add a body right back there. Now you got Theo Jackson getting some more playing time. This is a good haul, you guys. Get us in there.
Get
It's
us
in
in
the
the
world.
room.
Yeah. I feel like
All
in a
right,
couple of years, every team will have someone named Kobe Bryant.
Actually,
I've noticed
yes.
that.
Everybody's
All
just naming
different
their
spellings
kids
of
Kobe
Kobe,
Bryant.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
all with unique spellings.
yeah, because you don't want to be the Kobe, but an offshoot.
Yeah.
What I'm going to reset the simulator. We're going to do a brief exercise when we come back discussing skill positions in round 1. That's
Okay.
next after a very short pause. All right, welcome back once again, Minnesota Football Party. Vikings round 1. Let's just take a look here and have the debate about skill players in the first round. All right, new simulation. Here's who's on the board.
Packers still get Mike Green. Luther Burden's still available.
Oh my God, it is written in the stars. Please.
Luther, okay, legitimately, Luther Burden is staring you in the face at 24. You want to think long term about how realistic is it that Jordan Addison is with you long term? You're going to have this discussion in not next off season because you'll pick up the 5th-year option 2 years from now. You'll have to make a decision on Jordan Addison.
That's why you have to really be in love with a guy, I think. Because like, you have, 3 years left of team control on Jordan Addison? So that means that if you draft a guy first overall, he will be wide receiver 3 for 3 of the 4 years of his original rookie deal. You'll have his 4th year and his 5th year option where he would be wide receiver 2 if you let Jordan Addison walk. So if you are looking at Jordan Addison saying, we're not going to pick up the 5th year option on you, which I think is pretty unlikely. I think they're going to do that. Then maybe it makes a little more sense, but I feel like this is a better conversation for like a year or 2 from now. If you want to draft another guy so you don't have to pay Addison, okay, that makes sense. But if you intend to pay Addison, I think you need to look at this, somebody like Luther Burden, who I don't know a lot about, but I think the standard is, do I think this guy is better at football than Jordan Addison? Like, will he be just a straight up upgrade on Jordan Addison, and will he beat him out for the wide receiver 2 job? I think that needs to be the standard for a wide receiver in the first this year.
Also, to a conversation to your point, look at some of the money these wide receiver 2s. T. Higgins, what did T. Higgins get? Over 30 mil? Close to 30 mil?
I wouldn't
like Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle money, and if you're trying to save that money, that's the point.
But in another 2.5 years, right? With the cap,
which do that in 26. Then you save that money.
I don't know that those are excellent comparisons because if Devonta Smith or T. Higgins walk, they'll get wide receiver 1 positioning and money from another team. I don't know that Jordan Addison's going to do that. So I wouldn't say those are perfect comps. Obviously
only 2 years though. We'll see.
Yeah. After 2 years, I
don't think Luther Burden, from what I've seen, is a more polished wide receiver than Jordan Addison. I think he just gives you a little bit more juice, like kick returner, punt returner, top end speed kind of guy. Good separation, has some focus drops, things like that. I think right now, today, now granted, Jordan Addison has 2 years of NFL experience under his belt, but right now, Jordan Addison, I think, is the better wide receiver of these two players. It's not a great wide receiver class, just in general. So maybe this isn't the year to take your stab and find your replacement. If Luther Burden is the guy staring you in the face, is there anybody else that maybe dropped? Egbuka, I like Egbuka a little bit more than Burden.
He was taken already.
Yeah,
I would have liked
saying the conversation maybe is
generally
different.
speaking. Generally speaking, I think the conversation is probably different with Egbuka.
Do we have the Marion Hampton conversation? That's the other one, but probably not with Jones and Jordan Mason.
But how about Aaron Jones gone next year?
Aaron Jones is cuttable next year. Yeah, what if you want to get a little younger?
And then it turns into Hampton, and you got your guy.
Yeah, I don't know that I like Hampton enough for that to be kind of the pick in the first round to get a long term.
I like him a lot, but I don't think I like him.
It feels like a luxury pick, right?
Yeah.
It's why running backs that go to bad teams in the top 5, top 10 picks usually don't pan out, because running back should be like one of the last pieces you build, right? Like one of the last pieces you have, the cherry on top, right?
I think back when we needed a running back, I would have dug this more. Like before the Jordan Mason trade, and when we were worried Aaron Jones would leave, then it felt like, Aaron Hampton for sure. But it feels a little bit like they've kind of selected not to do that.
Yeah. So
close to Loveland.
But I think if you get somebody falling like an Egbuka, I think that's worth that conversation.
I do.
And obviously, I'm super against running backs in the first round, but if Ashton Jeanty falls all the way to 24, I'm curious,
which would be crazy, but yes.
Yeah.
Do we like Loveland? Is he any good?
I'm so scared of anybody that was on that Michigan offense with J.J. McCarthy that he had to just drag kicking and screaming on third downs.
He was 38% of their receiving yards, I should say. But I think there's a bigger gap between Tyler Warren, the Penn State kid, and Colston Loveland than I think a lot of people I hear talk about anyways. He scares me a little bit as a first-round guy. I don't know. I'm not using pick 24 on Colston Loveland. Especially with our tight end situation. Hawkinson's another year removed from that knee injury. Obviously, they like
Josh Oliver.
He's
in the last year of his deal, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, they did let Nick Muse go.
Right, because we were going to cut him.
And
we were
Johnny
talking about
Munt's
like
gone,
cap casualty.
right?
If you were to rank then wide receiver, tight end, and running back, which would you be more intrigued by with pick 24?
I would say
Always-
wide receiver in
always more
general,
intrigued by
but
wide
this
receivers.
is not a great
Yes.
wide receiver class. This is a very good running back class. But at pick 24, yeah, unless it's Genty, I like Hampton a lot, but still,
I even
feel
don't
like
like
that's a
Genty that
luxury.
much.
I feel like that's a
Like not enough to make him like, oh my god, you got to run to the podium. How did he fall this far? Like he's not that guy
Okay.
to me.
Well,
Eric-
and if he
Eric
goes
and
to like
Jessica
the
Olsen-
Raiders at pick 6 with not a great
in the chat,
team.
Erica and Jessica Olsen want to know what awards we won from the mock draft. I don't know if you noticed, Sam. When we finished the mock draft, it said that we won 2 awards. Is there a way for us to figure out?
those are
what
Well,
they
that's
were?
very important.
Okay, I'm going to leave the screen, see if I can go back. I'm not going to save anything.
Those are good.
It's gone. Sorry.
Well,
There's no way that was going to work, Sam. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, why you just to appease us, just to appease the people.
If you
Like-
click
I mean,
on
it's
the
going to fall the
mock
same
draft-
way.
click on the
It
mock
kind of
draft
feels
tab.
like
Oh, is
this
archive?
sim is telling us that Luther Burden like will be available even if
Oh,
we
no,
rank, even
that's-
if he
okay.
ranks higher.
yeah.
No, that's just news or
Yeah.
analysis. Article.
Yeah, sorry about the awards, but I think you would probably give us an award
This is
for
crazy.
like most
Trade backs.
convincing GM to coax every
Most
team
convincing
to
GM.
Yeah.
give us whatever we wanted via trade.
We didn't pick till pick 50.
We should get an award for that, actually. That's correct.
Yeah.
Most value for having no picks in the top 49. Win totals are out at FanDuel. Vikings projected to be a 500 team, 8.5 on the nose, getting a little more money on the over right now. Quick thoughts on this, Arif. Surprised at the conservative estimate.
Not surprised. It's like an unknown quarterback, and I think it's a high volatility defensive setup. That's not super shocking to me. I think that the Vikings reformatting their offensive line creates a little bit of uncertainty. Always the running back situation creates uncertainty because you never know when a running back is about to fall off. Makes sense to me. I think that this is just Vegas saying, or not Vegas anymore, right? But Better's basically saying, no.
Yeah. That's what it always feels like with 8.5. You know what? A team that was 8.5 wins was the 2020 Buccaneers. Because everybody was like, I don't know if Tom Brady's going to be good outside of Belichick. We have no idea. And then they won the Super Bowl. It is, yeah, it's just about the unknowns. I like their odds to hit that, to hit the over, but I definitely don't blame bettors for being like, yeah, I'm not touching that team. I have no idea what's going to happen.
This has to be the biggest drop off from any teams like last year's wins to their over under projection this year, right?
They won 14 games and it only
that's a
brought their
5-game.
projection up too.
Yeah, that's a 5.
When you think about it, though, so the Lions,
what are
the
Lions?
Lions have the same like they lose their coordinator, but
Two
they dropped
coordinators.
4.5 too. I mean, they dropped to 10.5
Really?
wins.
Wow, they're
which is-
10.5.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
that's
God,
a
I would sell
4.5
that
win
over so
drop.
hard.
Dude, they lost
Like,
their
they'll be
entire
fine.
defense last year.
Yeah. They're
They're getting all their
healthier.
defensive
They
guys
still got
back.
the culture. Oh my, yeah.
I get Ben
check-
Johnson and Aaron Glenn. That may, I mean, if we lost Brian Flores, that would hurt for sure. Maybe that cost a game. But like, dude, they're bringing back the same team, and their entire defense was hurt last year. Plus, they upgraded Carlton Davis to DJ Reed. Like, I just, wow. I actually have it pulled up. Actually, you're getting value if you hit the over. If you go over, it's actually minus 140 if you take the under.
Check this out. You're right. So
What?
three
Wow,
of the
better's
four
taking the
teams
under.
are getting hammered on the under. The Bears are getting hammered on under 8.5,
Under,
minus
wow.
135. Lions minus 145 to take the under, and the Packers 9.5 minus 135. The Vikings are the only team where the public is actually favoring the over at minus 115.
Wild to me. So
Yeah,
people
that's
think the Lions are going to go what? 10-7, 9-8? That's
Yeah.
nuts.
10-7. Yeah.
Can't really go through much more adversity than they did last year when they won 15
Won
games.
15 games, dude. What are we doing? Yeah. I feel like for the Vikes, though, I just feel like this is going to be the lowest win total for this team over the next 2-3 years. I
Maybe.
get it. Schedule's
Unless JJ
tougher.
McCarthy's like sucks, but yeah.
Yeah, if JJ sucks, okay, that'll be one thing. But okay, let me put it this way. If you believe in JJ right now, without a big sample, without knowing or seeing anything, if you believe in JJ, 8.5 is going to be the lowest that you'll see it. I feel like
let
jump
me
on
ask
the 8.5
this.
now if you believe in JJ right now, because on the rookie deal, roster set, got the the nucleus of guys around JJ, offense and defense. Again, maybe when Brian Flores leaves, that'll hit this line maybe a game. I don't know how much coordinators count. Apparently for the Lions, they count quite a bit, but I just don't think you'll see the Vikings this low again if JJ has a solid.
Let me ask this:
normal season,
other than like the uncertainty around JJ McCarthy, like outside of the possibility that he sucks, what else sinks the Vikings this year on the roster? The secondary, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the
second place schedule, a little bit tougher schedule, which I'm not saying that's true. Like, I'm just trying to think of putting myself in their shoes.
Well,
like,
I also think like potentially the interior offensive line, right? Like, obviously we're all happy with the moves that they made, but everything exists like in a realm of uncertainty, right? So like,
maybe Ryan Kelly, maybe
old,
Will Fries
right?
isn't healthy, and Ryan Kelly is old, and Blake Brandel still sucks.
Yeah,
I mean,
injury
really
regression, close game regression. I mean, I think those are the two.
Yeah,
Close
which
game
applies to
regression.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Close game regression's not real for the Vikings, though. We've covered this.
I think it was real in 22. I don't think it was. I think last year was legitimate.
No,
I think
yeah.
last
No, we
year
talked
would
about
hold
this.
up.
It was real a couple years ago. It's
Yeah.
not real anymore. Don't worry about it.
It's.
I don't think it
you
can be
guys are
real
right,
when you
though.
win 13 and the worst you can be is 13-1 in them because you made it all the way to the playoffs. Like, oh, yep, you got one.
This is totally, you guys are right. This is just a seeing is believing kind of thing. Like, until the national public sees J.J. McCarthy with their own two eyes go out and, like, put the team on his back in a fourth quarter and win a couple games. They just haven't seen it yet. And again, that's why I think this 8.5 is going to be the lowest you see for the next 2-3 years. While he's on the rookie deal anyways. Unless he just craps the bed, which with KOC and all the weapons, I don't think he'll be bad. He might struggle his rookie year, like all rookie quarterbacks do, or second year technically, right? But yeah.
Predictions on Darnold's over under with Seattle. I have
their team is not. I don't know what they're doing, dude. They lost DK Metcalf.
6.5. Yeah, the
I'll
vibes
go
are bad.
7.5.
Sam made a powerful enemy today.
7.5 was correct.
I
Sorry,
was going
Ryan.
to guess 7.5. Yeah. So I was reading the comment. They were mad at you, and I enjoyed that.
What are they mad about?
The awards.
The awards.
Yeah,
That you never look at the
mock
awards.
draft awards.
Are we speaking with Eric or Jessica? I need to know. I mean, there's
Both.
two of you
They
on
speak
the.
as one.
Both of them.
Come on,
Erica.
it's very clear what's happening here. They speak as one.
I think the highest
Unified partnership.
Yeah.
highest I can find is
Goals.
11.5. Chiefs and Eagles. Can't believe the Lions are 10.5.
Okay, so
That's-
10.5 is not that crazy if the highest is 11.5. That's fine.
Yeah, it's because it's
That's just
they
I forgot
compress
that betting markets
yeah.
always want to centralize
Buffalo.
things. That's why Justin Jefferson's over under is going to be like
Baltimore.
1,300 again.
What's the what's the rest of the North? Packers are 9.5, and people are betting the under, and Bears are 8.5.
8.5. Also hammering the under.
Boy, for the offseason Super Bowl, why is the public hammering the under on the Bears?
That's crazy. That's like their third offseason Super Bowl. You'd think the public
Put your
would learn by
money
now.
where your mouth is, but okay.
Let's do a 4-minute drill to end the show and tie it back to our opening story, which was Kevin O'Connell speaking about Aaron Rodgers versus J.J. McCarthy. It's our 4-minute drill.
Start the clock. It's time to execute the 4-minute drill.
We've tossed a lot of names out there the last few weeks. Which backup quarterback do you want not named Aaron Rodgers? Who have we settled on?
Not going to be an issue.
You got Locke, Wentz, Tannehill, Teddy. Give me the guy that you're rooting for, Arif Hasan.
Teddy. I've said this every single time you ask the question. It's Teddy Bridgewater. I would take him over Aaron Rodgers. I would take him over Ryan Tannehill. I would take him over 2008 Aaron Rodgers, obviously. I would take him over Ryan Tannehill. I'm taking over Drew Lock. I take him over the Colts' Daniel Jones. Who cares, man? Teddy, bring Teddy in. The goal of getting your backup quarterback, one, obviously, is to never have him play, but two, to establish the vibes. And I can't think of a better person to create a better locker room atmosphere than Teddy Bridgewater. Have you seen this dude dancing in locker rooms around the NFL? They love him. players love him. They love him forever. And also, he brings hope to kids' lives. That's real, and it sounds like I just made that up right now, but that is real.
Yeah, no, that's a thing.
That's a thing. Yeah.
That rules. Bring him in. I love him.
You want vibes? Maybe not the hope part to the kids, but you want vibes. Listen, after the Giants take Shedeur Sanders 3rd overall, they're paying Russell Wilson $10 million. There's no room for famous Jameis anymore. Okay, you're not going to pay your quarterback
I don't know if vibes is what I would say about him.
Oh, it's a vibe, baby. It's a vibe. Yeah, here's my.
It's a vibe. Sure,
it's a vibe. Yeah,
it sure is one.
Bring him home. That's my dream.
What about Tommy Cutlets? Is he on the Giants still? That'd be vibes.
Oh, he'll get cut.
I think.
Won't count against the comp formula.
Got him.
Ooh, nice.
How about if we want vibes? I love the Teddy idea. Okay, all in on that. 100% behind that. Gonna pitch out another one. Chew on this. How about a quarterback who's been around the league for forever? He's 37. He knows what he's doing. He's been a backup for most of that time. Very experienced at the backup role,
You
the
can't
whiteboard
pick
role,
a
the
coach.
assist role. It's not a coach. It's not a coach.
Okay.
But it's somebody who's been in Minnesota before, who is also there with Teddy Bridgewater. How about the return of Case Keenum?
I thought that's
Okay,
where
there's
you
so
might be
many
going.
there's so many directions you could have gone. All right, Case Keenum. Technically,
Yeah.
Case Keenum. Hold on.
I
I think he was coaching somewhere for a brief second.
I thought he was just like a coach in Houston as the emergency third quarterback.
He's just
like a
doing
player.
Yeah, Sean
commercials.
Manning it a little bit. but-
Here's what you guys are overlooking is that Kevin O'Connell wants
Case cookies.
arm strength. He'd like quarterbacks that can throw the ball on time and on target with some velocity. And with Keenum and Bridgewater, you're not getting that. Sorry. You're not gonna that's not the type of quarterback I think he's looking for. I'm probably on the Tannehill train here. That's not a real vibey pick, but
Everything
that
you
was a
just
very
described-
strange.
Yeah, everything you just described about arm strength.
I was like,
felt
oh, so
you
he's
were
not going
Ja-
Tannehill then.
I felt like you were going.
Yeah.
Are you going
I was
Jameis?
like, who's
what's
he
going
saying?
on? You're going Jameis with me? Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
were you misled by the fact that Tannehill has biceps? I'm so confused, Sam.
I think that there's levels to this. I think that with Keenum, you're throwing it's like throwing balloons in the air, right? Like you just can't get a lot of mustard on that. I don't think Bridgewater, who by the way, has he declared that he's playing NFL football this
He's
coming
taking
year?
the summer off.
Not
He'll
an
be
issue.
He'll be ready.
Not an
don't
issue.
care.
Yeah.
He'll be ready.
Let's bring him in January, sure, but for the rest of the season,
Let's bring in Jake Locker.
let's get any
Outstanding.
2014 draft pick that's left.
See, my
thought
thing
you
with Jameis though is like you
thought you
have
were
him
like
take
Desmond
over
Ridder.
B Rob's 99 questions locker room bit, and I just feel like that alone would be worth the vibes in
True.
the locker room and like a future pick swap or
Morale is important.
7th rounders. So
Sorry to do this to you, Arif, but do we still have to talk about Carson Wentz?
No.
are you sure, Bud? Bud?
Wasn't he like out of the league for like a whole year before the Chiefs were like, nah, why not? Like
Was he?
Why is this?
I thought he was just
feel
like quietly kind of doing a year as a backup everywhere.
Yeah. I
He's,
don't know if
he was on
out of the
sabbatical,
league,
is
but
my understanding.
It felt like he was out of the league.
Arif,
Yeah.
you're the data guy. Is there
Also, terrible vibes, so probably not.
is
Yeah,
there an
terrible
available
vibes.
metric for arm strength that's like publicly available
Yeah,
on
man.
velocity?
Madden. Throwing power, 92,
92,
88.
88.
Honestly, Madden is probably the closest you're going to get because they do have access to the chip data, and that informs a lot of their ratings, especially for stuff like throw power. But no, there's not anything because like a lot of people will go to stuff like maximum throw distance, which is a stupid measure
Yeah,
of arm strength.
Right.
yeah.
Or they'll go to because I mean it's just like what the offense produced
Yeah.
that year.
Yeah,
that
you want to know
allowed
the
you that.
RPMs behind that.
Yeah,
behind the ball.
yeah, and so like when a tight window was closing, you'd think, hey, maybe tight window throw percentage. No, that's actually not a very good arm strength measurement. So actually, honestly, I know Inman was joking, but like the
Half
throw
joking.
power measure on Madden
Have to.
is probably
It's probably the
closest
closest-
we get to some data.
Have to.
Yeah.
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 Arif, I have a pitch specifically for you.
Oh, good.
Okay, stay with me. All right, stay with me through the
No.
whole thing.
Why?
Bring in Carson Wentz, bring in Trey Lance, and then cut them both after the second preseason game when you trade for someone else.
Okay, I love it, but here's my modification to that pitch. you change their positions to tight end and safety respectively, and then cut them.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Really, just to humiliate them.
Yeah,
and
put
to really stick it to everybody who got real mad that the Vikings didn't blow a 4th rounder on Trey Lance.
Just get creamed at fullback.
Because people were mad about that. Like people were like fire Quasey about that.
Offend Fargo. Do we care about the Fargo market? They're kind of
I do want to offend Fargo.
You do want to offend Fargo? Well,
absolutely.
Sam, that's been my whole bit for years. What do you think is my answer to this question?
If it was Fargo who was driving that, like that would have been like 10, like that would have been worse than spending it on Chris Herndon. Because at least with Chris Herndon, you got a 6th back.
Vivek.
Does your vitriol extend to Gray Zabel, Arif?
Yeah.
No.
Obviously.
Okay. It does.
Mine does. Yeah.
Yeah, mine does. I don't care much about Wentz. I care about Trey Lance because people were angrily wrong about him, but it's specific to him for me. I don't have the bit that he. That's like Tennessee for me, but that's mostly about Hendon Hooker.
Oh yeah. You just I mean, if Tennessee changes their offense, like
that's our guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah, it's that they run a not real offense and they don't like and the way that they coach D-line is also very fraudulent.
Yeah. Cool. Glad we had this conversation.
So it's the Care 11 show on Wednesday. We're back on Thursday on the Minnesota Football Party. Ron Johnson will join. If you joined late, we did an extensive value-based mock draft. Got 8 Vikings. Turned 4 picks into 8. We doubled it times 2. That's what we accomplished earlier in the show. We're moving mountains here in the Minnesota Football Party. We're glad you watched. We're glad you listened, and we're glad you commented. I couldn't keep up with everybody during the mock, but I just love all the name dropping. Just people just naming dudes.
Everyone's got their guy.
Fantastic.
I love it. I absolutely love it. We'll be firing up the mock draft simulator a bunch in the coming weeks. 3 weeks until the NFL draft. Check out Why Left. Arif Hasan produces great content there. Luke Inman on the postcasts after every Timberwolves and now Twins game. Luke Braun, Locked On Vikings. I'm Sam Ekstrom. Thanks again, and we will talk to you next time.